Welcome everyone. Today let's dive into some eerie experiences and tales from the three realms. I'll be sharing some personal stories that are guaranteed to send shivers down your spine while keeping you fascinated. Let me briefly introduce myself. I've trained into different spiritual disciplines. The first one is called Shenda, a form of spiritual martial art. This practice doesn't require much theoretical knowledge. Once my master transferred the techniques empowers to me, I can help people exorcise ghosts, ward off evil spirits, and even heal illnesses. The training period for this skill is short, but it's quite aggressive and takes a toll on the body. After a year, one switched to Shangsu Sando Law, a more gentle practice that involves a lot of theoretical study. It teaches us how to use the spiritual energy of the universe to perform magic, rather than depleting our own spiritual power. It's less exhausting this way. To share my journey into the spiritual world, let's start with my initiation. Are you ready? I'm about to take you into a familiar, yet mysterious world at a high speed, so buckle up. My initiation into the spiritual path felt like destiny. As a child, I often had strange dreams, featuring ancient scenes and people, speaking in languages I didn't understand, yet I could comprehend their meanings. I remember once dreaming of standing on a high mountain, facing an old Taoist priest, who handed me an ancient scroll and said, "Child, you are destined for greatness. This scroll is your inheritance." When I woke up and told my grandfather about the dream, he simply smiled and said, "It seems you have a spiritual affinity. It's time to teach you some things." Thus my grandfather began teaching me some basic Dara stars and eventually introduced me to my master. That's when my formal journey of spiritual training began. In the Shenxiao sect, we mainly practice thunder and fire magic, while in terms of spiritual soldiers, Mangshen sect focuses on training ghost generals, and we focus on training demon generals. Cultivating a ghost general involves capturing wandering spirits, while training a demon general is much more complex. First, demon spirits are more powerful and harder to catch. Encountering a demon spirit stronger than yourself could be fatal. Secondly, there are a few wild animals nowadays, let alone spirits that have achieved enlightenment. Once I accompanied my master to capture a demon, a fox spirit hiding deep in the mountains. Although it hadn't cultivated for long, it could already transform into a human and enchanted young man. In the village, when we arrived, several men were already entranced and incoherent. My master set up a formation to lure the fox spirit, which appeared as a beautiful woman trying to seduce us. But my master remained calm, using a thunder spell to force it back into its original form, and eventually subduing it. This experience taught me the cunning nature of demon spirits and the power of our magic. In terms of physical cultivation, we focus on developing internal qi and soul. The process of cultivating qi gradually opens up the body's meridians, allowing qi to flow freely within and even extend outside the body, a state known as qi leaving the body. Once qi leaves the body, it can be channeled into others to heal and dispel evil. Cultivating qi involves absorbing the spiritual energy of the universe, a process that is tedious and time-consuming, requiring years of diligent practice. Qi typically resides in 3 dungeons: upper, middle, and lower. Once qi in all 3 dungeons is sufficient, you can begin forming a Dan elixir. After forming 3 dans, they are pushed to the upper dungeon, known as 3 flowers gathering at the top. At this point, qi is abundant, but the soul must also be strong enough. Cultivating the soul involves projecting the yin spirit and refining the illusionary si before pushing the 3 flowers out of the top, thus achieving the state of yang spirit. According to our teachings, the physical body may perish, but the yang spirit remains indestructible, even against bullets. However, there is still a limit to its lifespan. After about 1,000 years, the yang spirit begins to decline and eventually dissipates. Some immortals undergo of the thunder tribulation to extend their lives for becoming 9 young true gods. It's said that the ancient deities like Mua and Foxy achieved this, but most choose to reincarnate. Have you heard of historical greats being born amidst extraordinary phenomena, like emperors born during thunderstorms or with golden dragons hovering over their houses? These phenomena are deliberately created by deities during their reincarnation. The thunderstorms are caused by their magical powers, and the golden dragons are their demon generals. When parents are nearby, people witness such events They believe the child is extraordinary. In royal families, this often leads to the child being favored as the heir. There's a story about an ancient emperor whose birth was marked by celestial signs, thunderstorms and golden dragon above the hounds. The villagers were terrified, thinking it was a heavenly omen. The emperor's parents were ordinary folks, but realizing their child's significance, they cherished and nurtured him. As he grew, he displayed exceptional wisdom and courage, eventually becoming a legendary ruler. The existence of ghosts is a subject of much debate. Materialists believe that tales of ghosts and spirits are mere fabrications, born out of fear of death and curiosity about the unknown. They argue there are no ghosts in the world. Ghosts are born from the heart. However, nothing is absolute. Our understanding of the world of ours. We once thought the earth was flat, later realizing it is round. We believe the sun was the center of the universe, only to learn it is just one of billions of stars in the Milky Way. According to Darwin's theory of evolution, humans have developed higher intelligence through a continuous evolution, driven by curiosity about the unknown. This curiosity leads to exploration, increasing our knowledge and intelligence. Nowadays more people are interested in studying the supernatural. The term supernatural refers to phenomena the current scientific methods cannot explain, like the Bermuda Triangle or UFOs. Once these phenomena are understood, this is to be supernatural. Among supernatural phenomena, the soul is the most intriguing. It's reported that scientists in the US have proven the existence of the soul through research and experiments. However, they fear that publishing their findings might lead to an increase in suicide, so the results remain undisclosed. They only shared a simple experiment. At a heart disease hospital, scientists selected 56 patients who frequently experienced cardiac arrest. When these patients' hearts stopped, the scientists placed the paper with a heart-shaped drawing over their faces and removed it before resuscitation. The results showed that 32 of the 56 patients, although having no recollection of the incident, could describe the drawing. This is inexplicable. In China, the government promotes a Dyson. Any supernatural phenomena circulating among the public are quickly debunked by so-called experts with often unreasonable explanations to suppress the truth. This isn't entirely the government's fault, as there are many people with ulterior motives who exploit supernatural claims to deceive the public. If the masses are misled, the consequences could be dire, potentially destabilizing society. Therefore, all supernatural phenomena, whether true or false, are suppressed, buried among the people, and locked away in the memories of a few. I belong to that small group of people. Why I haven't deeply researched the supernatural, I've experienced and witnessed more than most. Researchers study and understand the soul through hearsay or documents, but I see it with my own eyes. Once my friends and I went on an adventure to an abandoned ancient temple said to house a guardian spirit that had turned into a malevolent ghost to 2 years of neglect. As we entered, a silent chill swept over us, as even sea knights were watching. My friend joked, could there really be a ghost? Just then a strong gust of wind blew, extinguishing all the candles in the temple. We were petrified, but I calmly took out my talismans, enchanted incantations. As I did, the chill gradually dissipated, and the candles we ignited. My friends later asked what happened, and I just smiled. It's said that the first wave of soldiers during the Normandy invasion were ghost warriors, which explains their fearlessness in the face of intense gunfire. Recently, Russia's paranormal show, Battle of the Psychics, has become globally popular. Have you watched it? Various psychics, multifaceted witches, housekeepers, holy knights, and magicians use different supernatural methods to read minds, sense enclosed spaces, and predict a person's past and future. It's truly fascinating. However, such shows will never air in China. The most you'd see is the brain. Throughout history, people have been curious about the other world, driven by reverence for nature, a desire for supernatural power, and mainly curiosity about the unknown. This has led to various methods to communicate with the other side, from ancient divination and scrying to modern games like Ouija, coin divination, and pencil spirit summoning. While the mediums differ, intention is crucial in communication. For ordinary people, it's best not to seek or accept messages from the other side, lively as you don't know what you might encounter. Pencil spirit summoning was popular for a time, and now there are even pencil spirit interpreters. It just shows how strange things can get. Unlike ancient divination, pencil spirit summoning often involves yes or no or multiple choice questions, so I'm not sure what needs interpreting. We didn't play pencil spirit summoning as kids, but we had something similar, summoning the vegetable basket spirit and observing the underworld. Today I'll share a story about summoning the vegetable basket spirit, which was eventually forbidden by my grandfather due to some unfortunate incidents. I remember that time well. My friends and I prepared a bamboo basket in the courtyard, placing incense sticks and paper money inside. We formed the circle and began chanting. Suddenly white smoke rose from the basket, and we saw a very figure floating above it. Just as we were about to ask questions, the figure turned menacing, and the basket started shaking violently. We were terrified and ran away. My grandfather had to step in, using his magic to calm the spirit. He sternly warned us that the spiritual world is not to be trifled with. That experience taught me that the supernatural world truly exists and is full of unknown dangers. These are some of the intriguing and thrilling experiences I've had during my training. The supernatural world is filled with mystery and unknowns, inspiring both doubt and fear, and the path of spiritual practice. Improving skills is important, but cultivating one's mind is even more crucial. No matter how powerful the spirits or supernatural phenomena we encounter, maintaining a calm and respectful heart is essential for every practitioner. I hope that while your curiosity drives you, you can remain rational and avoid exploring those unknown realms lightly. You never know what might be waiting for you. That's all for today. We'll continue discussing the three realms tomorrow.